Hey, everybody. Welcome to another exciting episode of the Rich Man's Gym Podcast. I'm your host of the Rich Man's Gym Podcast. My name is David Bradley. What is the Rich Man's Gym Podcast? Great question. Glad you asked. First timers, welcome. The Rich Man's Gym Podcast is a personal development podcast dedicated to strength and conditioning for body, mind, and spirit. So if you, like me, are looking to level up and then tap into your true potential, you, my friends, you're in the right place. So thank you for being here. Let's get started. And hey, check this out. If you are enjoying the Rich Man's Gym Podcast, if you hear something today that you absolutely positively love, like, if it helps, man, share this out into cyberspace so that other folks can benefit from it too. Don't be selfish, share the love. Okay, also, to make sure you don't miss an episode, go ahead and click on that subscribe button. And if you're feeling generous and want to help support the podcast, I'll tell you a couple different ways to do that. Today's episode is brought to you by my book, How to Stop Smoking Without Killing Anyone. Check this out. Question for you. Are you ready to finally stop smoking, but you just have no idea where to start? This book, How to Stop Smoking Without Killing Anyone, is literally here to help you. Written by a smoker, me, who doesn't smoke anymore, for smokers who are still smoking. I'm going to give you a step-by-step guidebook with strategies that you need, what the mindset that you need to finally kick the habit before the habit leads to you what? Kicking the bucket. Kick the habit before you kick the bucket, okay? Breathing freely, it's awesome. Listen, this is you taking control back of your life and your health. So head on over to stopdon'tquit.com. You can actually get the paperback. You can get the downloadable PDF version of it for your Kindle. It's also available on the Audible. What I do recommend is getting the actual physical book and the Audible. That way you can read along while you listen to it. And you get to have me ride shotgun with you in the car, helping you stay stopped. It's pretty awesome. Stopdon'tquit.com. That's the website. Go check it out. Also, if you're looking for a method, a way to recover even better from heavy exercise, or just chill the F out after a hard day at the office, or sleep better, or cleanse yourself better, you need to get in the sauna. And if you don't have the space or the time or the cheddar to put a sauna in your house, then allow me to introduce you to the MyHi Sauna Blanket. It is basically a sleeping bag lined with infrared heat lamps that just cook you from the inside out, and leaves you feeling good. Your muscles are nice and relaxed and loosey-goosey, and you sweat out all the toxins. I got one. I've had one for 9 months now, and I absolutely positively freaking love it, and I recommend it to everybody. So check out richmansgym.com/myhi. That's richmansgym.com/MIHIGH, MyHi, and try it. Try it. They do have a little guarantee over there, so you can definitely, it's risk-free. You got nothing to lose, so give it a shot. richmansgym.com/MyHi. Okay, now on with the show. Time for a Grace update. Grace! Last week was Strength Week. What we did, 155 pounds on the bar. Oh, if you're catching up, Grace is a CrossFit workout. It is 30 clean and jerks with 135 pounds on the bar. For time, the elite guys are doing it sub 2 minutes. Obviously, I'm not there yet, but I'm getting better and stronger every single day. So what I've been doing is on Thursdays, I practice Grace. There's 2 ways I practice it. Every other Thursday, I go full out and see how fast I can do that. And then on the opposing Thursday, I load up an extra 20 pounds on the bar. I put 155 on, and I do ladders of strength. I do 1 rep, set the bar down, quick breather. 2 reps, set the bar down, quick breather. 3 reps, set the bar down, quick breather. And I work up to the same amount of repetitions, 30. So that means I'm doing 5 rounds of that, and that builds the strength. And so when you put 135 on, it doesn't feel that bad, and you actually can go faster because you've been training it heavier. So it's interesting how that works, but that's what I've been doing, and it's actually been quite effective. Last time I went for the full test, I shaved a whole 7 seconds off, which is pretty awesome. So next week, this coming Thursday, we're going to go for it again for time, and we'll see where we end up. Next thing I want to do is give you your quote of the week. This is something I would like you to take with you, not just into the week, but man, how about all of life? I don't know if there is ever a time in life where you completely master this thing, but you could probably get really, really good with this quote I'm about to give you. The reason I don't think mastery is possible is that we're all human and we're all going to screw this up. The frequency at which you screw it up is up to us and a little word known as discipline. Now, if you're in a leadership position, this quote of the week is going to be extra powerful for you. If you are not in a leadership position, remember you are a leader of you first. In fact, same thing too. If you're a leader, you're a leader. You're a leader of you first and then everybody else second. So here's your quote. It comes from a video on YouTube with Leif Babin, who is a member of Echelon Front and co-author of the book Extreme Ownership. Here's the quote. It's not what you preach, it's what you tolerate. It's not what you preach, it's what you tolerate. So the question I got for you, the question I have for me, the question I have for us, what are you tolerating? Take that with you into your week, take that with you into your month, take that with you into the rest of the year and see where you're at. In fact, it might even be worth writing down somewhere and putting it on a sticky note so it's in your face all the time, or maybe making it an alarm on your phone. What are you tolerating? So now what are we going to talk about today? Well, today I want to keep it short, simple, sweet, to the point. I want to give you 4 questions since we're talking about things to set up and set up as a reminder for yourself, right? I'm going to give you 4 questions for a successful day. 4 questions that you should be asking yourself or could be asking yourself every single morning so that you can have an even more successful day. Let me start this whole thing off with a few questions that are not going to be the 4 questions to ask every single morning. How do you start your day? Is it structured? Is it disciplined? Is it a little chaotic? Or you just is it kind of a whirlwind where you wake up with just enough time, assuming everything goes right, to barely make it to work? Like, do you get up at the same time every single morning? What time do you go to bed? You actually start your morning when you go to sleep. What kind of BS excuses are popping up in your head right now that you're going to use to make sense of why you don't have more consistency in your day and your mornings? Before I get into the questions, here's my challenge for you. If you do not have one already, please give yourself the gift of a morning routine that is ritualized. And by ritual, I'm talking about sacred, like activities that you do in the morning that set the tone for your entire day. Look at the definition of the word ritual for a second. Let me read it to you. Ritual, a religious or solemn ceremony consisting of a series of actions performed according to a prescribed order. That's the definition of ritual. The definition of sacred, regarded with great respect and reverence by a particular religion, group, or individual. So I want to invite you and encourage you, push you to develop a morning routine, pressure you, we talked about that last week, develop a morning routine that is ritualized and sacred. Part of this morning routine should put a whole lot of focus on what you're going to create today. Yeah, like you want to put attention on all of your goals, of course. Long-term, short-term goals, targets, those are all necessary things and highly important. But let me ask you another question while we're at it. What is the only moment that actually exists? Now, Dave. Exactly, that's right, correct. Right now. And your right now is going to be created by what you do in the now, what you do today. So the past is gone. Can't fix it. It's just there. Future's not here yet, but it will be. And it's going to be determined by what you make of today. And where you allow the thoughts in your little noggin up here to take you. 4 questions that you can ask yourself every single morning to stimulate, trigger, and create. Nothing's going to happen to you. It happens because of you to create a successful day. Which means we have to make some decisions about how our day is going to go. This is something I've been doing for years. And recently I stumbled on these 4 specific questions I'm going to ask you. I saw it on Instagram. And so then I added them to my morning ritual and my morning routine, my morning goal setting practice. So there's a certain amount of time every single morning that I dedicate, and it's not as long as you think it might be, that I dedicate to looking at my goals and my dreams and writing some stuff down about those. And I'm finding these questions I'm about to give you incredibly powerful because they force a decision to be made about what kind of day you are going to create. So I'm going to list them off first, and then we'll do a quick little deep dive on each one of them. Okay, question number 1. How do I want to feel today? It's a great question. You should probably know that, right? Question number 2. Who do I want to be today? Question number 3, what am I going to receive today? I like that. And then question number 4, which is the zinger. What do I want to give today? So let's break these down. Let's go a little bit deeper on each one of them. Question number 1. How do I want to feel today? Simple enough, right? Like, how do you want to feel today? Think about that right now. You're listening to this. It doesn't matter what time of day it is. How do you want to feel right now? The answer is the decision. The answer that you make about how you want to feel, that's the decision. And you want to put that answer in first person. So the answer should be, today I feel, ... insert high frequency emotional tone of goodness. Right? I want to feel great today. I want to feel amazing today. I want to feel powerful today. This is how you want and will feel today. You determine this. The news does not determine how you're going to feel today. Twitter does not get to determine how you're going to feel today. Circumstance does not get to determine how you will feel today. You decide your mood. You decide your tone. Nobody else. So I'd like you to try it right now. Let's do a little experimentation. Practice. How do you want to feel right now? Me? I am exhilarated and eager. Love that. How about you? Make a decision right now and then say it out loud. I am. And then you write it down too. Get your feeling into the physical universe by writing it down. I am exhilarated and eager. Write that down in the morning. How do I want to feel today? I want to be exhilarated and eager. I am exhilarated and eager. Write it down. It makes it real and gives it some longevity. Number 2, who do I want to be today? Yeah. Now, one of the things that I've been writing down and saying out loud is sort of an affirmation for years, like years, since probably 2003-ish, maybe even a little bit before that. I got it from Napoleon's Hill, Think and Grow Rich. I am a strong, confident, capable, deserving, and rich man who is full of life, love, vigor, and inspiration. That's who I am. It's not just who I want to be, but it's who I am. What about you? Who do you want to be today? And you can be all of those things. You can be all of these things, all the things that make you you. You can be whoever you want to be today. And why wouldn't you want to be the best version of yourself? Just a quick little word of caution. Make sure that these statements that you're making, that they are affirming things you're creating. So be careful not to affirm just what you want. When you say, I want, you know what the universe provides you with? More want. When you say, I am, you begin the process and you actually do create the very thing that you're after. Does that make sense? I mean, this is some like Wayne Dyer wisdom that should be standard operating procedure for you. And as Robert Anthony talks about in his book, Beyond Positive Thinking, hope is the subtle illusion of what might be today. So I want to encourage you to give up hope and stay in affirmative creation. Give up hope and stay in affirmative creation. Number 3, what am I going to receive today? I mean, stuff is coming your way, right? Might as well have some say-so in that. You know what I mean? And since it is your call, then go big as you can imagine. One of my mentor and my boss, Grant Cardone, he says, you can't have what you can't see. So what can you see? What can you create and attract into your life today? And who cares if it doesn't show up today? And how do you know it didn't? Right? Maybe it's under construction. We're not always going to be privy to the inner workings of the universe. Try rushing a tomato plant. See how that works for you. I mean, you can, it's just a massive waste of time and energy. Make a decision. Today I am receiving. And then I want you to go look for the reasons as to why it's actually happening. That's a nice little addition to that thing right now, right? Go start looking for validation instead of why it ain't, why it's not. Number 4, and this is the kicker, this is the price. What do I want to give today? Oh, wait a second, right? You're like, yeah, I knew there was a catch in here somewhere. I got to do something now. But that's not fair. Actually, not only is it fair, but it's kind of how the universe works. If we just expect something for nothing, we're basically setting ourselves up for failure. And I mean, look, anyone who has ever created anything that was successful, what did they give? How much time, money, energy, attention, love, blood, sweat, tears? I mean, for those of you that are of the Christian faith, I mean, if you think about that, this is where the saying, it is better to give than receive, comes from. So I want you to make a commitment today. What will you give today in order to receive? How big was your ask? What did you come up with when you answered the question, what will I receive today? And is what you're willing to give greater than what you're looking to receive? So if I'm going to wrap this up, here they are again, one more time for good measure. How do I want to feel today? How do you want to feel today? Who do I want to be today? Who do you want to be today? What am I going to receive today? What are you going to receive today? And what do I want to give today? What do you want to give today? What will you give today? What do you think your days would look like if you took pen to paper and journaled the answers to those questions every single morning? I mean, take a moment, right? And just imagine for a second, this is Rich Man's Gym, strength and conditioning for body, mind, and spirit. What if you took a moment right now and just imagine your physical, mental, and spiritual condition 365 days from now when you make a decision to write your answers to these 4 questions every single day? In fact, you know what? Forget the 365. What would it look like in a week? What could you do in 7 days with those 4 questions? So here's the challenge. Okay? I want you to set a reminder on your phone or some kind of an alarm system, calendar invite if you need to do that. Set a reminder for yourself. First thing in the morning, number 1, get up earlier. And then I want you to incorporate these 4 questions into your morning ritual that you're going to create, right? You're going to create a morning ritual, aren't you? Because without that, you really can't do this. Okay. Then I'd like you to come back here and leave me a comment on whether or not you did it, how it worked for you, what you got out of it, and who you are now that you just did it for 7 days. So come see me again in 7 days and let's revisit this. Tell me what you gained and who are you becoming. And that's that for now. Thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate you staying to the end and listening all the way through. Again, leave me a comment below. I want to know what you gained, and I also want to know who you are becoming as a result of answering those 4 questions every single day for a week. Remember, if you haven't hit that subscribe button, thank you in advance for doing so. If this was a benefit to you and you already know somebody that could benefit from hearing this as well, please share this out into cyberspace so that other folks can get benefit from it too. Thanks again for being here. This is Rich Man's Gym, strength and conditioning for body, mind, and spirit. I'm your host, David Bradley, and I will see you in about 7 days. Thanks for being here.